Oh, no, no, we can do something nice with your hair. No, just a little tease up at the top. Oh, hi. Hi there. It's nice to see you. Thanks for joining us at the Creature Corner. My name is Jared Krichevsky. I'm a creature and character artist working in the film industry. It's nice to have you with us. In case you don't know who I am, and I expect none of you to, uh, I am a character and creature artist. I've been working in the films industry for 11 years now. Uh, I'm especially happy to be here because of Gnomon, because Gnomon holds a special place in my heart. I am a Gnomon alumnus and I'm a teacher. So I've been teaching creature and character modeling at Gnomon for the last 8 years. So I work in the industry and then I teach at Gnomon. I do both of those things at the same time. It happens. So thank you for joining me here at my stream, The Creature Corner. I thought I'd take you on a little tour real quick. Just give you some links to my work in case you're like, who is this guy, this weirdo? So let me put that up. Oh, I didn't make the link. That's okay. But I happen to have my art station up here if you want to take a look at that. And the link for that is Jared or artstation.com /Jared Krichevsky. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Thanks for joining me. See, I put a little link in there in case you want to go. So this is my art station. It's woefully out of date. But just a basic tour of what I've been doing for the last 10 years. Prior to Gnomon, I worked at a bookstore. So Gnomon changed my life, and I'm super grateful to Gnomon because Gnomon gave me all the skills that I have to thrive today. So it's been really, really cool. Starting off, I got my start at Gnomon through an internship. Not at Gnomon, but through Gnomon, I got an internship at a company called Aaron Sims Creative. And from an internship there, that turned into a job for 7 years. And then later on, I branched out as a freelance concept artist, and I've worked in studios, both visual effects and practical effects. So I've seen the wide breadth of creature development, both in commercial and film and all those things. I am a concept designer, but I work in 3D along with other techniques, photo bashing and so on. But my primary tools are ZBrush and Keyshot. So you can get a look here and you can start seeing. This was kind of the first thing I did as a working concept artist, which was this troll for DirecTV. And he's like walking in the forest and he's, got his iPad with him and he's watching all his favorite streaming shows. So I did this design for that and it ended up making it into the commercial. And that was like the first like light bulb, aha, like this is really cool. You can make things and then they show up later on in film or wherever in commercials. And it became a very exhilarating experience to design and then see your designs executed. So I've been very fortunate. I've worked on films like Noah and I Frankenstein. Worked on a series called Falling Skies. Worked on a movie called Maleficent. And then my kind of big break as a concept artist came when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles came into the shop. And I ended up working on all 4 Ninja Turtles along with a really great, amazing team of people. And that was like, that was like my bucket list right there was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up as a massive fan. So getting to work on it and then seeing it executed was a dream come true. That was kind of my, I loved working on the Ninja Turtles. It was one of my favorite projects ever. And very, very exciting experience to be a part of that. And then from there, worked on numerous other films and commercials and other things. Um, worked on a movie called Conjuring 2 for a character called the Crooked Man. And that was a really fun experience working for James Wan. Never met him, but it was only through email. Make this, make that. So we worked on a character called the Crooked Man, and then seeing him executed in the film was really, really fun and exciting. And so working on the Crooked Man was a blast. And then other projects that I'm particularly proud of was Pete's Dragon. Massive fan. I enjoyed the cartoon as a kid. It was a lot different watching it, today. But Pete's Dragon, we're getting a chance to design on that and work with director David Lowery, who just did The Green Knight. So that was an amazing experience getting to work with him. And then on, lots of other creative shows. Stranger Things season 2, working on the Demodog and Dart. And I did this alongside my compadre and co-host coming up soon, Matt Millard. He'll be joining us very, very shortly. And then, working on a show called Lost in Space for Netflix, designing robots and other various projects. A big one we all worked on together was Ready Player One, where there was just free reign to do whatever we wanted to design. And so that was a really amazing, crazy experience. And then on that experience, I got tasked with working on Mechagodzilla for Ready Player One. And so I took, a couple different stabs at Mechagodzilla for that, and he ended up making it into the film, and ended up being, one of my favorite sequences. But Mechagodzilla was a blast, and it was a very exciting experience. And what made it even more special was just the group of artists that I was surrounded by at the time, because when you're surrounded by artists and friends, it's always a fun experience. So worked on some other projects as well down the line. At one point last year, I did this series of kind of clay maquette sculpts, which ended up being pretty popular. So it was a really fun opportunity to kind of play with sculptural design and, some expressive, emotive kind of pieces. And then coming up to 2021, I worked on a little film called Godzilla versus Kong, and I worked there at Legacy Effects, worked in-house there to design Mechagodzilla, and that was another really shocking and amazing experience of my life. So I'm incredibly grateful to Lindsay McGowan and Damon Weathers over at Legacy, who brought me on board to work on this, and it ended up getting picked in the movie, and there he is. But another amazing experience. Truly. More achievement than I ever thought I could do in this lifetime. So I'm exceptionally grateful to have been a part of that. And then another movie I just worked on, which just came out, go see it. It's called Antlers. I had a part in visual development on that, again, at Legacy Effects, which was just one of the most life-changing experiences that I've had so far. So I hope to tell you all about that experience in the future. If you guys stick with me, you stick with the stream, we're going to tell a lot of stories. The goal of this stream is pretty much to work on monsters, to work on creatures, to give industry experience, to share design techniques, and to share our love of creatures and monsters and characters, because that's what I love. And I'm sure you guys love them too. So share with me your favorite monsters. share with me your favorite monster movies, how monsters have affected you in your life. We're super excited to talk monsters on this stream going forward. So I hope you'll join me. I'm excited, to be a part of this, and I'm very grateful to Gnomon for asking me to be a part of it. So, with that, I'm excited to introduce my co-host and cohort, Matthew Millard. Matthew Millard has worked on some amazing films of his own, like Rampage. He designed Ralph the Wolf in Rampage. He also worked on RPO as a look dev artist and designer. And he's also worked on Venom, helping design Venom. And he also most recently worked on Godzilla versus Kong, helping design the Warbat. He designed the Warbat. The Warbat was designed by Matt Millard. So I'm excited to bring him here to you today. So let's bring him on board. And let's do the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, no, Matt.
I'm streaming right now. I can't. Hold on. Let me call you back. Hello?
Matt. Hello.
Matt
Millard.
Oh, Jared.
It's like man? I haven't seen you.
I know. It's been...
since earlier today.
Yeah.
Mr. Millard.
Jared, I'm so glad you showed that little tadpole we did. That was my very first design gig.
The tadpole
ever, and we nailed it. We went full combo on that one.
That was so that was really fun. Let me zap that booty up there. Oh, no, that's not it. Nope, there we go. Okay, so this was a fun experience because Matt and I were tasked with designing Dart and Stranger Things season 2. So obviously, Stranger Things season 1 had happened. It was a massive phenomenon, and I worked on season 1 just a hair, just doing a small keyframe. But some time goes by. Stranger Things ended up being this massive hit. Demogorgon, people go nuts. 11 is everywhere. Everyone's doing bloody noses and waffles. So we're having a great time. And then season 2 rolls around, and we get a little prompt saying that we're going to see the origins of the Demogorgon and go through some stages here. So I remember being swamped at the time because I think Turtles was something else was going on at the same time. I don't know if it was Turtles or something else. It might have been Gods of Egypt. I'm not sure. I exactly remember what was going on at the time, but we just knew that like we needed stuff quickly, and so Matt came in and just did his baller thing. Fun fact, Matt, you were a student of mine.
Dude, yeah, and also I was still. I think that was like I had been interning at Aaron Sims for like a couple of weeks. I was working on Contra Continent for a couple of weeks.
Yes,
and you were bugged down. Even what's so cool is that you were my teacher. We became coworkers and very good friends. And even before that, the only reason I was there was A, because of Gnomon, and B, because Alex Alvarez introduced me to Aaron Sims like firsthand.
That's right.
And you recommended me as well. Mm-hmm. So it was just like this whole, like it was all brand new at the time and very exciting, and they were like, hey, if you want to take a couple hours and doodle around, see what happens. And the next day you were like, bro, you nailed it. They loved it. And I was like, what?
Yeah. That's how fast it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Matt, we met in my class. And that was like, I forget what year I was teaching that, but it was, that was many moons ago.
Yeah.
And I knew that, I knew that I was like, this guy had some passion for some monsters, right? You just came in and you were so excited. Uh, uh, you just loved tackling every assignment, and it was awesome. Matt, can you maybe give us a little bit of a background on how you came to Gnomon?
Yeah, it's just one of those freak things, man. I grew up in Sherwood, Arkansas. Um, I worked in restaurants for like 8 or 9 years. Lived around the South, and I was basically the only artist in my friend group. There's not a lot of venue for creative production work, to the point to where it hadn't even um, I hadn't even realized it was actually a job or a profession, right? And one day, I mean, and I'm so blessed for this, like so blessed for this. But one day my best friend's moving to Los Angeles. He's pursuing a career in I think he was in news at the time, but he does like music videos and stuff now. And I was like so bummed out, I was like, man, I'm gonna miss my buddy out in Los Angeles. And then my mom calls me and she was like, hey, my grandma watches this TV show called, what was it? Face Off, where you have like the kind of practical sculpt off, and Gnomon was featured. And she was like, oh man, I think Matt would be really good for that, right? And so there was some money left over from my grandfather passing away, and some money was tucked away. And she was like, dude, I'm going to pay for you do you want to go out to Los Angeles and do this thing? And I'm like, yeah, let's go. Dude, I fucking dropped everything. I sold everything. I lived on a couch for 2 weeks, and then.
So it was serendipity. You had no idea this existed.
No. And even whenever I got there, like I had experience, just goofing around in 3D over the years, using like freeware programs, modeling things vertex by vertex. I got my start in Counter-Strike, Half-Life mods. So I was like modifying like Half-Life games, making Sub-Zero a runnable character, or like changing gun skins and stuff like that. But I had no idea it was, like I said, like out here in Arkansas, dude. It's like there's no one out here that does this, man. Like it's insane to even think that it's a real thing.
You're in Arkansas now. What do people say when you tell them what you do?
I mean, it's usually like, it's okay. So that question can sidebar, because whenever I walk into Home Depot, people look at me. They're like, "Oh my God, did that hurt? Are those real? Are there holes in your ears?" Some people like want to stick their fingers through them. But in California, everybody's got big ears and tattoos on their face and stuff. So that's like whenever I tell people that I do that, they're like, "Nah, man, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
Well, I don't care."
I love it. They tell you, no, you don't. Oh, Kyle Brown in the chat.
Oh, in the flesh,
Kyle B.
Binary blood.
Kyle the Brown in the chat.
I love Kyle.
Another one of our work buddies, chums, survivors. So
man.
So you come out there to Gnomon, and all of a sudden you're taking classes, and you were in my class. And
I actually like demanded. I'm not gonna roll around like I was some big guy, but I was talking. I was like, dude, please let me get into this creature design class, because I wasn't supposed to take it for like another term or two. And I was like, fuck that, dude. I want to get in there, And dude, I remember the first day I was in that class, we were on a computer for like 10 minutes. You were like, this is what I do, da 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 da. Everybody get up out of your chairs. We're going next door to the sculpture room, and we're going to look at all the sculpture. He's like, this is like form is communication, and you were just going through everything, and it was so cool, man. You're
Yeah.
such a great teacher. The class was just, whenever you were showing us like your portfolio, I was like, this dude just gets to sit around and fucking draw cool ass shit all day. That's pretty tight.
Ridiculous.
You know, like, excuse my French, but it was one of those moments. I was like, holy crap, dude.
It's a little surreal even today, to think about it. And you know, to you think about that kid that you were, that kid watching movies, that kid watching monster movies, and then you don't really have an understanding of like, hey, someone had to make this stuff and come up with
Yeah,
it,
yeah,
and it seems like tangible, like, yeah, it makes sense that somebody would do this, but it doesn't make sense that it just seems far away. Like, you can't do this. This is for, I don't know, special
well,
artists who
yeah,
are
it's one of
really.
those things that's just like, oh well, I can't do it. I would never, you know,
What are
like
what are the odds?
like, dude, like growing up and seeing I mean, the first movie I ever remember seeing, and this is not a lie, was Predator. And then after that, I went to go see Lion King in the theaters with my dad. That was
Okay.
like the first. I remember being like, "Whoa!" Because the shot where he gets his arm shot off and it's just still
Yep.
shooting the MP5. Like, dude, it was so sick. I'm like, dude, like, how do they do that? And then you see the people painting it and making it and stuff, and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
What that's
That to me was the most movie magic stuff. The part of movie magic. It was always the monsters,
Mm-hmm.
because no matter what, like, people, you could see people, and you're like, okay, I get people, but when they shuffled out the monster and you see it for the first time, or it emerges from the shadows, the that sticks in your brain, and it triggers something, primal, that
Big time.
primordial fear that we all live with. And
Big time.
it's unforgettable, and I have so many experiences in the theater, clenching the seat bar, and
Oh yeah.
or shaking the popcorn up as you're like, ah,
Mm-hmm.
so
Or like
monsters.
whenever you gotta like whenever you see the movie or you're playing the video game and you're in the room and you're like, man, I gotta go pee, and it's 2 a.m, and then you go out into the hallway and it's dark out there and
It's
you're
dark.
like, I
It's
don't
very
know if
dark.
I can go down
Anything
there.
could be
I
in
can
there.
hold it until tomorrow. Maybe I'll just die. I don't want to go down there. It's
I don't
scary.
want to
You know,
die.
that's that kind of. I just
Do you,
love that shit.
like,
Ugh, love it.
do you remember being like scared of things as a kid? Were you particularly fearful?
Um, the thing that happened to me was I wasn't like scared of the movies, but I had nightmares about them as a young child, about
Okay.
movies I had
Yeah.
never seen, because back then it was Blockbuster. So
Yep.
you're like, or Family Video. And I'm going up there like holding my mom and dad's hand, like walking around, and I see a scary movie. I'm like, what the? Oh my, ew, that looks scary.
So from the
But
covers right away, that's what was enough. Like,
yeah,
just seeing a cover with a spooky, poster on
dude,
it.
and that Dead Alive cover where
Yeah.
she's just like,
Hmm.
dude, like every time I was like, man, it took me years to watch it, and then whenever I watched it finally, I worked at Blockbuster. It was my first job, man, and they give you 5 free rentals every Friday, and I watched every horror film in that section, dude, and that was a very fun time. It was
See,
like living it up for sure.
my mom didn't want me watching scary movies because I had very vivid dreams as a kid, and my dad, he's a doctor, he's a general practitioner and a surgeon, and so he had no problem watching gore, or any of that stuff. He's
Yeah,
like, come on, son, we're going to the theater, and and we're watching, Total Recall as a
yeah,
child, and that's when I remember seeing in theaters as a kid. That movie,
yeah.
Total Recall, Arnold Schwarzenegger, that as a young child, that was
Oh,
very
dude, and
impressionable.
all the practical in there with all the
so
bladders
good.
and stuff they used and like the
And
sectioning, like
I
you got
remember
the like fetus and fetu twin, like everything was so cool in that movie.
the dude when he takes off his arm and he
Mm-hmm.
reveals the little mutant arm underneath. He's like, I got 5 kids to feed, and I just remember like my brain like exploding at that point, and then you
Yeah.
see Quado come out,
Oh
and
my
he's like,
gosh. Oh
he's
yeah, dude.
doing the
That's like Schlockland stuff. It's just so good. Just schlocky rubber monsters. I love
yeah,
it.
yeah, but it was so frightening and foreign and terrifying. Uh,
Oh yeah.
so clearly we've been affected as children, and now we get to do this for a living, and it's very weird.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
It is.
Absolutely. It's one of those things that I don't even know. It's like I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. It's just weird, man. Like it's whenever some of those jobs come through, you're just like, I'm gonna drop everything I'm doing, and I'm just gonna give it my all, dude. I have to be at least
And
like,
it makes it hard.
that was, dude. That was you on Mecha, dude. You even
Yeah.
said you're like, I felt like I had to prove something, bro. And now you've got people like comparing the two
Oh yeah.
Mechagodzillas.
Did you see my my desktop? Let me let me show you my desktop if I can get to it. See, I got to do all the fancy stuff, but there's my desktop right there.
Yeah, dude. Oh, yeah, that's right. I sent you that on
Yeah,
Instagram. I
yeah,
was like,
man.
look
Yeah,
at this
it's,
shit, bro. It's
and
so cool.
we found the artist, and I found his Deviant art, and I actually had to log in to my Deviant art and just like leave him a comment like, this is amazing, dude.
Dude, what's so sick is just how incredibly different they are, man. And how incredibly sick they are. Like
Man, you
it's
talk about
insane.
something to prove. I mean, the second time I knew I was going to work on him, I told Damon, I was like, dude, I designed Mechagodzilla for Ready Player One, and he was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
you did that, and so now I was fully expecting, I'm not going to get it this time. What are the odds? And especially like. I saw the other artists who were working on it. At Legacy, there are, they have an army of really talented, I mean, incredible artists. Darnell Isom being one of them.
Yeah, dude,
He's
Darnell's
exceptional.
stuff was
Dude,
really
he's so
cool. Dude.
good. And
That dude's amazing.
he's amazing and like the nicest dude on the planet. And he turned out some really killer stuff that I was like, man, I could see him going in this direction. And then Simon Weber, who's another artist.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And Simon Weber did some takes based on the reference they gave. So in Simon's case, they were like, "Hey, make it look like this," and so I figured, okay, he's got that. Darnell's got his version. I'm just going to go with, my version of these things, and they respond, and it's always like, wow, they responded to that. Okay.
Yeah.
But then pressure's on, because you want to.
Oh yeah. I mean, dude, that it hits like hot fire too, man. It's like, oh, well, it's time to perform.
It's an adrenaline rush for one.
Oh yeah.
Because
it's one of those things to dude, you're laying in bed thinking about the 1,000 things that you need to do. You're like, I need to this. Oh,
your mind is doing that mental calculus meme where all the all the numbers are showing up and you're like, okay, you got to do that. And all the while you have to make it look like something nobody's ever seen before.
Jared, every time
you're going to get that every time.
That's all they want.
Yeah. They want iconic.
Let's get rid of the face.
Translucent baby arms.
Yeah. Oh,
God.
I like it.
But it's crazy because the pressure's on, and then you have a deadline on top of that, and that deadline's creeping in on you.
A deadline always hurts your feelings every time.
I love them.
I mean, dude, you go through breakups, you go through relationships, you meet friends, they go away. Those deadlines, they hurt your feelings.
I like them because it forces you to make decisions.
Oh, I mean, absolutely.
When you think about that, because like, what can you do as an artist? You can be like, oh, I don't like it. Oh, I don't like it. You know, and then you can sit there forever.
You got to commit, dude.
You got to commit.
And most of the time it's for the better, because as artists, especially technical and detailed artists, you're just like looking at it like, is that pixel right? Is that pixel okay?
Is that one?
You know,
but you know, the thing that I learned is that one pixel that you're like really obsessed with, they don't care. They don't. When they look at it, you have 3 seconds, like 0.3 seconds, and they know where or they don't, and that it's that fast. So I guess that's a good transition. So hey, thank you everybody for joining us. We're so excited to have you here. Yeah, it's crazy. So what we're gonna do, what the stream is about, basically, is one, we got to talk monsters, right? We're gonna talk monsters, movie monsters. Every time we're gonna talk about monsters. We're gonna talk about what makes them tick. We're gonna talk about not just monsters of all kinds. We're gonna talk about like slasher killers and your cute monsters, your huggable monsters, and then your terrifying creature that will destroy and eat all your babies. So the wide range of stuff that we're going to discuss. But also, what's really fun is this is our chance to do some personal work, because Matt and I, we have very extreme schedules. Sometimes we've got multiple shows back to back, and in my case, I've got multiple shows back to back sometimes. And I've got a teaching gig. Now we're back in person at Gnomon. So teaching again in person, returning to the classroom has been an amazing experience. So with all that stuff going on, it makes it hard to, get some personal work in. So that's kind of what this stream is dedicated to, is getting some personal work in, maybe doing some things that we normally wouldn't do, making some monsters, and going through our process and sharing our process with you, because that's what we love. Is we love the process, we love sharing it. So between Matt and I, we've got plenty of 3D CGI experience, and I've got 8 years of teaching experience on top of all that. And so I've got some ZBrush tricks and tips that I've built up over the years. And
the dude's a monster. He's an absolute monster. Well, he's trying to say, I know a few things, but the dude's a monster.
Yeah, no, So, what are we doing? So we decided, as the stream goes on, eventually we'll just kind of branch off and do our own things. But occasionally we want to throw out a theme, and maybe you guys can throw out some themes for us too. Things that you want to see us sculpt or attempt. And I encourage you guys to do work along with us and hang out with us, because that's one thing I miss about the studio life. Now I work mostly from home. We're coming live from my garage, so it's a hole.
And you guys can probably tell a little bit, but his garage is pretty sweet.
It's pretty sweet. It's a nice garage.
He's got everything in there. He's got a water slide. There's a vending machine.
There's a little Ferris wheel that runs in the back.
There is a Ferris wheel.
Coin operated. No, I'll give you the tour. It's very. It's a garage.
No cars.
But I've got toys. I've got a lot of toys over there. Ninja Turtle toys. And then over on this side is my, you can see it in the back. That's my clay sculpture area, and my 3D printers are over there. So it is this is my home pretty much. I live here, and that's what it's like being a professional artist. Is you live in a hole, and I spend the majority of my time in this chair, watching this monitor, and working on my Cintiq.
And that is something important to note. It's also important to note that if you can see that little subtitle down there, I am most definitely not a lizard person.
He's not a lizard person.
But also, just for example, I've been working since like 6:30 my time, and I think that was, what time is it? 10:30? I don't even know that math. I've been up for so long. But you get to have
you're toasty. What is what you're saying? Your brain is mush.
Yeah, it's got a little butter on it.
It's got a little butter.
Melt. It's got a little. I've got soft spots.
It's a hot yam.
Crispy on the outside.
You got a little hot yam on your head.
Yeah, it's a hot little yam.
It's a hot little yam. Yeah.
And so you sounded so professional for the last 38 minutes. I don't think people understand.
I don't think people understand
how absolutely stupid we are.
And giant dorks is what I would, as you get to know us, you'll realize that we have slowly gone completely mad due to the isolation and loneliness. Okay, anyway, so we've got a theme.
Yeah.
We got a theme that we're going to be working with. We got a theme. And our theme, today's prompt for us is Creepy Moon Boy.
Creepy Moon Boy. There it is. Today's prompt.
The inaugural theme is we're going to be doing a Creepy Moon Boy. And what does that mean? We're going to find out. And I hope you'll stick around.
We could talk about the origins of the Creepy Moon Boy right quick.
Do you want to talk about the origins of Creepy Moon Boy? So you want to take it off? Yeah.
I was just going to say, Jared and I usually talk throughout the day, spouting just literal garbage.
Utter nonsense. This is not the Creepy Moon Boy, by the way. This is an old Moon Boy that I had.
See, he's just showing off.
I just happen to have this Moon Boy up.
I just happen to have a Moon Boy laying around.
I just happen to have a Moon Boy.
Dude, Jared, you have one of everything laying around, though, man.
I do, though.
You have done a lot of stuff, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I got a lot, and a Creepy Moon Boy is definitely one of them.
Like it.
So, what do you guys think about Creepy Moon Boy? This is not the Creepy Moon Boy that we're going to be doing. This is an old Creepy Moon Boy. But
yeah,
let us know what you think he is. We're going to figure out who Creepy Moon Boy is. But Matt, do you want to tell us? Yeah, we were texting just all day. We spout nonsense.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Jared and I, we talked throughout the day about just embarrassing garbage.
Everything.
Like we say him-hammery, farts and poops. Who knows? But Jared has found this new emoji that he likes, and he's sending it to me. And he's like, I don't even know what that is. And I was like,
I just found it. I
was like, that's a Creepy Moon Boy. And he was like, oh, that's a moon?
That's a creepy
moon. That's how we got it.
And that's how we figured it out. Like, I was gonna do something all serious. Like, we'll just do a we'll do like Frankenstein or Dracula or something like that. No, it's Creepy Moon Boy.
Yeah, now it's Creepy Moon Boy, and it's gonna capture the spirit of our characters.
Who we are as a group of really insane artists. So Matt, I need you to share your screen. So we can.
I'm not even at my computer.
He's not at his computer.
Yeah.
Are you in somebody else's apartment?
I'm not going to answer that question. If I knew somebody that had these posters, we would be involved.
So where did you get your moon? You got a moon. You got a little moon there.
Dude, so, well, this is a mirrored moon. Check it out. This is just some ZBrush garbage. But the big deal is anybody that needs to know, you can get these perfectly spherical mapped planet textures from NASA, man, and they're huge. And they're mapped right for a sphere, like a sphere that you make out of Maya. I don't know what the UVs look like in ZBrush on a sphere.
Probably non-existent.
I don't know if they're box or if they're a box or a sphere. But yeah, that's where I'm at. It's a sphere. And now I think, I was thinking something different, but just seeing this kind of mirrored over, it's kind of giving it a.
See, I was gonna start with a drawing, maybe like, I was thinking one of these like wide mouths.
Yeah, I'm definitely thinking like Pac-Man with cheese for teeth, and he's got overalls on, but he's creepy.
Overalls? Where'd you get the overalls?
I don't know. Just overalls just kind of seem like suitable. Maybe because maybe I'm feeling more like Adventure Time style. You know what I mean? Like something like a little more.
I was thinking like, okay, hear me out. Is that creepy moon boy? He kind of floats along like this. Like he just kind of floats, and his butt's up in the air there.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And then he just kind of like floats along, and maybe he like appears in windows.
See, and, okay, yeah. So we're going different directions. I like it. This is perfect.
Okay. All right.
This is perfect.
We gotta go. We gotta go here for creepy moon boy.
Because I'm thinking, we gotta go for creepy moon boy.
We gotta go for creepy moon boy.
Bravo, locking it in.
Now, you had mentioned some creepy moon boys of your own, right? Like there was a creepy moon boy you had pointed out.
Oh, dude! The very second we decided it was creepy moon boy, I literally just thought about Nightbreed, and I thought about Moonface. It was because Nightbreed is Clive Barker, and you guys, you need to, if you're gonna hang out,
if you guys are gonna hang out with us, you're gonna have to
hang out, man. You got to get on some Clive Barker, dude.
There's this kind of like thing that monster movie people do where they're like, oh, have you seen this movie? You have to watch this movie, and the movie's like absolutely terrible. It's garbage.
Yeah, it's
you love it. Yeah. Yeah, you're like, you guys got
that's fucking
to watch this movie, and it's just garbage movie. But this is your moon. This was your Nightbreed moon man. And that's who you were.
It was just the
that
very
is horrific.
First,
by the way,
it was the very first thing I thought of was Nightbreed. The very first thing.
Well, I mean, we know about some other like very famous, moon faces. There was like the moon guy from McDonald's, the moon man from McDonald's, and I think that one was like that. If you want to know why our entire generation is messed up. Like there's a lot of places you can point to, but I think the Moon Man from McDonald's. This was terrifying.
Yeah, dude, I remember this guy.
Remember the Moon Man?
It has that vibe of like the California Raisins or whatever, like that. Wait,
Charmath, you're saying that Doug Jones was the Moon Man, or was he was the Moon Man in Nightbreed?
No, Doug Jones was not the Moon Man in Nightbreed. Was Doug Jones alive? Was he alive? How old is Doug Jones?
Doug Jones? He's like 50. I don't know. We're going to talk a lot about Doug Jones.
I know that Doug Bradley was in that movie. Pinhead. He was the guy with all the weird holes in his face. Oh, Pinhead. He's the commercial. Doug Jones was the commercial Moon Man.
Wow. That's a piece of history I didn't know.
See? And now we're learning.
Wow, and he's 61. Thank you, host.
Thank you.
Thank you, host. So what you gonna do? You gonna flim flam?
Dude, I have no idea. I was trying to find this model that I've got somewhere, but I'll just pull up some reference on the other face. I just, I mirrored this little image over, and it kind of looks like a skull, so I gotta go just a little scarier than probably necessary, but we'll just make it just a little, maybe a skull kind of.
Well, skulls are always scary, right? That's like the most primordial, primitive thing that terrifies us. So you can't go wrong with skull face when you're sculpting. Now, I'm going to opt for more like just more childlike creepy, I guess.
Yeah, that's. I mean, whenever you said creepy, because I thought about this for about 15 minutes, and I was like, the direction I don't want to go is looking through the window creepy.
Yeah, he's gonna go. That you didn't want to go there.
I didn't want to go there, but I'm glad you're going there. It feels good. It feels good to be around.
Yeah, yeah. So we're gonna start. When I start a project, whenever I start anything, it usually begins with kind of a flash of inspiration. You get a vision. You get a moment. Mariah Carey, Moon Boy. What was the run? Hey, Justin, good to see you, man. What was it? The Mariah Carey Moon. What was it? Moon sign. Moon Boy mashup. Moon Boy.
Oh, also
Mariah Carey. That's a different kind of moon.
Dude, some people might not know this, but the hugest workflow that I do is like if you land a good stroke, like if I'm like, I really like that. If you don't do anything and you just hit one on the keyboard,
you just repeat it.
It'll just amplify that last stroke.
Well, you know about the adjust last, right? That's brand
now
new.
They have it as a button, but if you
now it's just a button.
Yeah, but you can hit one on the keyboard and call it a Daniel. You know what I mean?
Call it a Daniel.
A Daniel, yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
You know what? Okay. I like that.
Okay.
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 I like it too.
So, when you're up here, this is my light box. This is where I keep like all my toys.
Yeah.
And when I'm working, this is kind of my general workflow. Is over time you just build up enough stuff, or you buy enough assets or things like that. It all just starts popping up. So what I do is I pop everything into my light box, and this is all through a shortcut which leads to my Dropbox. And so anytime I save anything out to that folder, it automatically is uploading to the cloud.
Yo, that's pretty tight. Also, you got to show off Buffy T.
But is it? No, it's not time yet.
We can't.
We're not going to get anything done. Tell you what. We'll trot it out as like as a thank you for watching. We'll show them Buffy T.
Yeah. It'll be the post credit scene. Buffy T is post credit scene. You guys.
He's gonna get his own movie. I don't know if you guys know that. So I've got some, So it's like whenever I get something, I'm like going shopping. I'm like, okay, what do I need? I need some eyes. I'm gonna go shopping for some eyeballs. What have you got? Oh, you got skull face, Moon Boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this just really creepy, and I'm gonna give him some. I'm gonna do some pockets in the skull. Make it look a little like maybe it looks like a skull from all sorts of different angles, no matter how you see it, maybe. But what I really want to do is
he's a multiple skull.
I want to have him kind of like just like hunching over with his tiny little arms and legs, lusting after the earth. That's what I want to see. Because that boy be revolving.
Lusting after the earth. Well, he is creepy. He's very creepy.
Already we got. we can figure some stuff out. And with the texture, it looks nice. Look at that. Yeah, see, so we'll.
That is nice. It does a lot of the work for you. You just went to NASA and said, "Give me the moon."
I said, Nat, I you want the moon?
You want the moon?
I'll give you the moon. Lasso around the moon. It's a wonderful laugh joke if you guys are in love with.
I'll put a lasso around the moon.
If you guys are in love with
I'll bring it to you. Yeah, this is a moon boy that's like, I'm gonna peep on you.
I'm gonna take a dump.
Okay. I'm gonna peep on you. And I'm gonna come say hello.
Yeah. That's awful, dude. That's so scary. Yeah, I initially thought maybe doing a crescent moon or then doing a Pac-Man moon.
Yeah,
but
Pac-Man moon would be rad. But you went with Skull Moon.
But now we're doing Skull Moon, and we're gonna give them something. We don't know what it is yet, but we're gonna give them something.
Yeah, I got a creepy moon boy.
Yeah, that dude is
like, he's gonna like, hi. He's gonna come in there.
Yeah, I don't know if I feel comfortable being around that dude.
He's on some lists. You know what I mean?
We don't know what kind of lists, but he's on them.
Look, you just want to watch out for Moon Boy. He's on a couple lists. Yeah. So let's talk movies. Let's talk movie monsters. What was the last movie monster you saw that blew your mind?
Blew my mind. I actually can't remember the name of this movie, but it's on Netflix. Maybe someone in the ether that is watching knows, but it's on Netflix as of a month or so ago, and it's got just this crazy turn. I think you're always looking at a box. There's something in the box. You know what's in the box, but then this person turns into this crazy kind of caterpillar, butterfly, drag monster, and it was actually really sweet. Movie was actually pretty sweet, and I forgot what it was called because ultimately I watch about 859 movies a day, and it's hard for me to just even understand.
I don't think people realize this. When you work on your computer all day, you have nothing but time to watch things. I watch so much content now that I burn through movies and I burn through TV shows, and it's nothing.
They disappear.
Point, it's more like, what haven't you seen?
They disappear, dude.
You just burn through it, and partially there's a lot of content that just feels like it's just there to be watched and consumed quickly without much forethought. But occasionally you do get a movie or a TV show that sticks with you for a little while.
You know it's brand new cherry flavor, man.
I was just about to say, dude, I still think about that show. It's still,
that's what we need.
That's what I think we need more shows like that are willing to just absolutely disgust you.
So sick, man. That show was like some Cronenberg.
It's an experience. I mean, look, if you like horror, and you like body horror, and I think within all the subgenres of horror, body horror is definitely my favorite. But brand new cherry flavor. I haven't seen anyone do body horror like that.
Tenor, dude, and it's. I loved that show. I can see that comment. Meow. Dude, that show took me by immediate surprise.
I think when you're a horror fan, it's very hard to be shocked, and in a way we like to be shocked as horror fans. it's that shock which reminds us that we are alive, um, and so that shock is important to us, and I think that's why we go to film, is to just find that moment where we're like, holy shit, I'm overwhelmed at the what I'm experiencing.
Yeah, it's one of those, because body horrors is one
it's
of
hard
those
to shock
things
me,
that,
basically.
oh, big time, time. But man,
it's very hard to shock me.
Did you watch the ABCs of Death back in the day?
I've seen parts of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
So L for libido. That was one of the things that I saw. Like, it had to be 8 years ago. I told everybody about it. I was like, dude, you have to watch this. It's the most fucked up shit. It's so awful, dude. But it's, oh man, that was something that just doesn't escape me.
L for libido.
L for libido, man.
I was gonna say Malignant.
Dude, Malignant was great.
Malignant was great, and the first
was really fun.
I'm like, okay, we're trotting along here. What's going on? And then we got to you get to that third act, and you're like, oh, this is something completely.
Then it's full blown, bro.
And we're not gonna, we don't want to spoil that for anybody, but if you get a chance, watch Malignant. There's some very fun surprises in there. We're gonna try and do our best not to spoil things, but we can talk about universally beloved. I saw a question there was, what do you think of Flanagan and Haunting of Hill House? And I'll be honest, it was tough for me to sit through it. And it's not because Flanagan's not a great director or the actors aren't doing their job. I don't know. It didn't catch me. I did like Midnight Mass up until a point. I felt like it was very monologue-y, which it was a very common complaint. And I don't have problems with monologues, but when there's a lot of them, back to back to back, it just became a kind of a slog.
Dude, that's great, because I really liked Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah, you like, okay.
Maybe in my opinion it falls apart towards the end, but the entire show, it felt very familiar and scary how like the way that they filmed it, right? It was it was beautifully shot, had some really good cinematography, and whenever they showed that ghost just kind of floating from under the bed, just feet off the ground, I was like, man,
that was cool.
Like, that's pretty solid. But I can totally see why. And Midnight Mass is one of those things to where I need to commit to like sitting down to watch it.
Yeah.
It's like a Tarantino movie. You gotta like listen to what everybody says and do all this. I can't do it while I'm working, really, or I'll miss some sort of like serious thing.
I will admit, like, even though it was it's kind of difficult for me to digest in that sense, I got to admit it's one that did stick with me for a while, because the message behind it is very profound, and there's some creature stuff in there which is really rad, and it's really well executed, and so I was like, okay, here we go. It was very surprising, because horror always does a great job of like taking you down one route, and then you think it's about something, and then it ends up being about something completely different. But Midnight Mass was.
So you would recommend it big time?
I think everybody's always got to make up their own mind about what they like.
Dude, and it's a tough pull.
It's a tough pull.
People like
it also, it's a lot about religion, and I have my own hangups.
Of
And
course, of
maybe that's
course.
part of it. Is it's a little triggering,
Yeah,
It,
absolutely. Um,
dude, that's
I
looking
totally,
cool. I like that face.
totally feel that.
I like that face. That's scary. Holy crap!
It's a creepy little
It's
baby.
creepy. It's creep.
He's
See
coming.
skull faces. My dude is. I'm gonna go like really buggy eyed with it.
Yeah, it's gonna be like, oh my god, dude! It just reminds me of like, dude. Tell me
It's
you're
like,
into Meat Canyon, bro. You've been seeing the Meat Canyon videos.
but what?
Do you know this guy?
Meat Canyon. Yeah, Meat Canyon. Yes. Yeah,
That dude.
that dude is
I mean,
awesome.
he is a genius. Like his designs are so great. I love it, dude.
They're grotesque. You know what I mean? Like in the
Oh,
best way
dude,
possible.
they're just upsetting. They are just absolutely upsetting.
That's what I think is really interesting is that like uh, that kind of art, the grotesque art, has
Yeah.
really I think jumped off, and people are much more into it than I think at any time that I've seen. Like people
Oh,
really love
big
it.
time, dude.
And it started. I want to say it kind of started with Chuvabach.
Dude, it started with like Newgrounds and like Salad
Yeah.
Fingers and like dude, back in the day there was this whole website where the only thing you could do was watch animations of like a cartoon hamster getting put in a blender or a frog getting put in. Do you guys remember that?
Yes,
That
yes,
was like
yes.
it was like one of the original internet things. You're like, oh, have you
Those
gone
were
to
the Flash games of the internet.
yeah, like Newgrounds Flash, all that shit.
Happy Tree Friends.
Happy Tree Friends, and there was another one that wasn't Happy Tree Friends, but it was very very similar. Another animated TV, and then you had like, do you remember the Stick Wars? Dude, the Stick Wars was tight.
I remember Stick Wars. Yeah. But it seems like now people have a much tougher constitution for horror, and they always say like horror does well, when things are not going well in the real world. When it's like certain types of films do better when we're not all dealing with the same existential crisis all at once.
Right.
That's why horror is, we're getting great horror right now. There's a lot of really horrible shit to be anxious about. I'm trying to get
being anxious is the name of the game over in I guess all of the world.
I mean, we just like everybody just watched Squid Game all at once. The whole continent, the whole world, we all just watched Squid Game and like dealt with that trauma of that show. Yeah.
This. See, I get confused sometimes. It's like, okay, so I got the thing on, trying to get the color from the one thing to the other thing, and you don't want to do it.
My guy's like, yeah.
Dude, he's like,
I'm creepy moon boy.
He is creepy.
He's creepy moon boy.
I think he is creepy moon boy, and Jared, I might be scary moon boy. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're going scary moon boy.
So ultimately, I don't get the job. Director hates it. Director hates it. It's over. You know what I mean?
That's not what I asked for. I asked for a realistic wolf.
I said creepy, not scary.
It's scary and creepy. There's a line between the two.
It is true, man. Most of the time, it's like in the lighting, the expressions, stuff like that.
Question: how do you put your art pieces? How do you put out your art pieces in the industry? Great question. Be visible, post your work, ArtStation, as many places as you can, really. broaden it out. For people who are only posting on ArtStation, that's a very specific audience, and you're gonna only get eyes on that audience, and it's important to build up a viewing in many places, because there's a lot of different portfolio sites. There's a lot of different social media sites. The popular ones, of course, are Twitter and Facebook to an extent. Finding groups on Facebook and sharing with them. Uh, places like that. I think it's important to diversify where you put your art out in the beginning. Eventually, when you've built up a following or a something like that, an audience, a community that you're surrounded with, it gets easier, because then you're all sharing each other's work, right? You're a part of a group, and that supports one another, and that's what I think is the best thing about social media, is you can find those communities and those groups and grow in that community and get feedback from that community, because that's what we all really need is feedback, or just
Yeah,
like
for sure.
so I find uh, Instagram is it's kind of its own thing, and you can chase algorithms until uh, or Discord groups. I saw that one. That's another great way, is Discord groups. Um, I find that you can always chase an algorithm, and never be satisfied. So there's a lot of different portfolio sites I would put out. Zerply is a smaller, lesser known one, that's more industry based. That would be more for like technical portfolios, things like that. Um, and other great ways is just put out good ideas, and people will respond to good ideas. That's particularly why I love Twitter, as and I'll put up my Twitty. Um, my Twitty. And the part of the reason why I like Twitter is because I found a lot of artists through Twitter that I wouldn't find on ArtStation or DeviantArt or elsewhere. So it's a real it's a hellscape, and it's uh, as is, I think, any social media site. But find a community, find your group of friends, get feedback, share feedback with each other. That's how you start, and your friends sharing your work. That's another way, is
Big time.
supporting
Big
one
time.
another.
It's just support between each other,
Yeah,
It's a big deal.
and artists supporting artists, and commenting on other artists' work, and letting them know that that you appreciate what they do, and uh, one day you're going to put something out, and it's going to get attention. People are going to gravitate to it, and you'll build up a following and a fan base that way too. Um, lots of different ways, and I think if you're specifically trying to get jobs in the industry, then I would say, uh, you know, LinkedIn is a great platform for that. I've gotten a lot of jobs through LinkedIn, made a lot of contacts through LinkedIn. So it's another, it's another service. Some artists, they do the opposite of diversification, which is they tighten up, and they're like, I'm just going to focus on this. I'm just going to focus on Instagram and LinkedIn, and they do fine. Everybody's going to find their niche. We're all looking for something different. So supporting all of that. I'm on everything, because not everything, but I'm on most social media platforms, just because what I've learned is that there are artists everywhere that I don't find on any platform. So I'm always checking out what's out there. Um, let's see. Since you both seem to use 3D but are also skilled in original design, do you see mastering 3D as a very valuable skill for concept artists and professional opportunities? I love concept art, and I really want to get good at 3D because you guys are awesome at it, and you seem to blend the two in a great way. Thank you. Um, Yeah, 3D is it's a tool, like anything else. You know, I think good ideas are good ideas, and it doesn't matter what tool you use. If you only want to stay good, you know, if you only want to work on pencil and pen illustration, that's a great it's a great way to be. There are amazing artists that only do that. There are artists that are producing professional works for clients on Procreate. You know, so a tool is a tool, and I think uh, you know it doesn't matter. But what I would say is uh, having a diverse skill set is also really important as well. Uh, you know, I advertise concept as the main thing that I do, but I also know how to do UVs and topology, and I can take a model to a production, at least get it to a look dev artist. I can hand it off to somebody like Matt, who can take it to that cinematic looking level. So, or at least being able to speak the language. So, I think the more
It's
tool
it's
sets
true.
you
I've seen him
have,
do it.
he's seen me do
I've
it.
seen you. I've seen you do it. We did it on RPO.
Did it on RPO, and God, that was awesome. Except for that one character, you had a character that had wings, and that it was
Hawk
Hawkman,
Bro.
Hawk Bro.
Yeah, Hawk Bro.
We had a
Yeah,
character
but dude, what
called
about the
Hawk Bro.
Murgatroyd? What about the Murgatroyd?
The Murgatroyd was the best, dude. Uh, I'll see if I can find him.
We straight up did just sit around and come up with the stupidest names for these characters.
Oh my God, it was the best.
It was so sweet, dude. It was so sweet.
What was great is that like we would just go crazy and shout nonsense words, and it was a great time. Oh,
It was a very good time.
It was a very good time. You know, when you're surrounded by friends, and you know we're all stressed out. Let's see. Do I have him in here? I don't. I know I've got him. It's weird. I don't have him in my RPO folder. I have him like somewhere else entirely, which doesn't make any
I'm
sense.
gonna have to get like a better mic or something. It sounds like you're like blowing out for me, but it's probably
Really?
if no one else is saying anything, it's gotta just be me, right?
I think it's just you, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
Just a crazy
what's
man.
with the teeth? He's got bloody teeth.
Yeah, I was thinking more of like a blood moon or something, you know?
Oh, like a super blood moon.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Matt doing a skull boy with acne. Jared Modena, another one of my students. Hey, Jared. Another Jared in the industry. How do you maintain the time being on all the social media platforms? Well, I should be working. Look, what you do is you post, you know, as much or as little as you need to. Sometimes I'll take a very long break from posting just because I don't feel like it, which is totally fine. As we've learned about how, you know, algorithms work, is they want you posting every day, because if you post every day, then you're getting more visibility, and it triggers the algorithm to make your stuff more visible, and it's all a load of horse shit. Um, but like, do as much or as little as you need to. Now, if you're trying to get jobs, I would focus mostly on portfolio sites, probably, and then like LinkedIn and building contacts that way. Because what I think a lot of artists make the mistake of thinking is that, like, if I show my work to artists, artists are going to give me jobs. And that's not really true. The people who are hiring you are producers and HR people. They're not other artists. Other artists are trying to hold on to the jobs they got, and so they're, you know, and of course we're always all looking out for each other and trying to find jobs for each other, but you got to focus on the people who are not your you know, we're trying to impress other artists, but the people you need to impress are the people who are going to hire you. for jobs,
Yeah.
and
And
that's a different skill set.
like completely parallel to that is you just need to have good relationships with people. That's
Yep.
it.
Yep.
That's like number one. Someone has to be able to come in and say, "Oh yeah, that guy's cool," because even if you're the best artist in the world, if nobody can work with you, man, like if you're too hard to get along with or too combative, like you're not gonna have work. Like you might show up for a week and then maybe you're gone, or maybe you don't get it because someone's like, yeah, because you don't want to hang out with people that are hard to get along with. And if you got to work with someone for 10 hours a day doing like creative work, which is already draining and demanding, it's like, dude, you want to make sure that you can get along with the person.
I think I'm gonna crash. Oh no, I thought I was gonna crash it. Yeah, that's a big thing, man. I've seen people blow, really, mess up jobs by not being cool.
Yeah.
And myself as well. I've made mistakes as well. And it was very young in my career when I thought I was hot shit.
Yeah.
And I messed up some opportunities. And so I learned that lesson. And you gotta sometimes you gotta learn those lessons. And that's some stuff I regret. Was and being humbled was a big. It was good for me. It was really good because
Yeah. I mean,
at the
it's
time
one
I
of
thought
those
I was hot
things.
shit, and that wasn't cool.
Right. It's like one of
That's
those
just being
things
real.
that you think you regret, but ultimately you just needed that to happen so you could learn.
Yeah, and it made
You
me a better
know.
person. It made me a better person. It
Yeah.
made me a better artist. It made me very. It took me down quite a bit, and it took me a long time to pick up. And every so
Oh
often,
yeah.
that scene comes back, and I'm like, that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'll hurt your feelings, man. I saw a question. What does it say?
That's a question
What
for Matt.
what year of Gnomon were you in when you got your first? I was in my I did the 2 year program and I was in my like second to last term, I think. Whenever you start your
Yeah,
what's it
I,
called?
I I also did the 2 year. They didn't have the BFA when I
No,
went in. When I went, it
same.
was 2008. Yeah, it was like late 2008 when I went in, and they didn't have the BFA. They didn't even have a lot of the the labs, and the computers. They didn't have it. It was really great because they had just added some new labs and all that. And man, it was so cool being there. When you step on at Nomen for the first time, and it's just this corridor of pipes and stairwells, and then Alex's aesthetic is metal and chains and green, and it's just so cool. And I was like, these are my people. And
Yeah, it was definitely like it was a reality check for sure. A little bit of a culture shock. I was like, holy crap, dude, is this like the real deal? This is wild, man.
I just remember like just walking around the labs and seeing all the movie posters up, and I'm like, yeah, they get it. And then you look at everybody in the labs, and they're all staring at computers, clicking on their mice, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But they didn't add the other programs until I left, until I was done. And the year after I was done, they added the BFA, and I was like, man, I would have stayed for that. Yeah, 2008, Alex in the house.
There
Uh,
we go,
we
bro.
got we got the
The
man
man
himself.
himself.
2008 was when I went in, and day one. Funny story is day one. I'm sitting in Tef's intro to Maya class, and Tef's teaching and going through everything. And this was day one, so he's just introducing the curriculum, and they bring a tour through, and I see a bunch of people all huddled together, and they're all kind of like poking around somebody, and then they're like, oh yes, looking around, and then they go through we're in lab 5, and they go through, and Tef stops and he goes, you guys know who that was? And We're like, no. And he's like, that was J.J. Abrams.
Nailed it.
That was day one. That was day one at Gnomon for me. And I was like, I'm in the right place.
That's amazing, dude.
In the right place there. It's like Mecca for CG artists. Day one, man. It's just so cool. So that's how I knew I was in the right place. And it's been my home away from home ever since. Hi, Alex. What you flim flamming, dude? You putting in some jammers, little dentures,
squammery, tomfoolery.
I like your eye. You've got like the bulbousy weird eyes.
Yeah, I'm thinking like moonbeams, or maybe just make him Swiss cheese. But he's gonna be
moonbeams.
He's gonna be looking at something. Look at see, your dude is. I mean, he's giving me nightmares already.
he's like, hi, I'm the moon boy.
Yeah, I gotta.
Won't you share Maybe that's what he wants. Like, we got to figure out what creepy moon boy's powers are. Like, maybe he craves moon pies.
Well, see, like for me, I just feel like he's obsessed. He's obsessed with the Earth.
He's watching it all the time.
Right, it's like my precious. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's like, I'm watching you when you sleep. I'm the moon boy.
I'm the moon boy.
I'm the moon boy.
I'm the moon boy. Damn it.
I'm the moon boy.
Let's just see what that looks like. I'm just.
What do you do? Wait. What's that? Ew. I like. I know it's not intentional, but the red teeth are fun.
Come on. There we go.
Yeah. So I'll share with you guys. What?
I mean, we got creepy moon boys.
We got creepy moon boys.
You've got a pretty nice nose on your moon boy. He's like a meme.
It's got the sharp.
That's awful. Ooh, that's scary. From the side, it's scary.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
That is so scary, dude. I don't want to see that in my house. It's like a profile of a Picasso or something.
Yeah, when he's like when he's staring at you through the window.
We like it. Jesus. See, that's what I didn't want to do. Staring through the window is scary. A little too scary for me.
Question: to be a senior creature modeler, is it necessary to be able to paint and draw as well? Well, if you're only doing modeling and sculpting, then that's what you're going to be doing all day. So I would say, in that sense, no. But as a skill, that's going to help you get better at art in general. Yeah, it's definitely worthwhile. Drawing is one of those things, like, it's a skill that if you don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah, for sure.
And drawing punishes you if you're not.
Dude.
Yeah, if you're not keeping up with it. Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Yeah.
Sculpting, is very easy because you can just all the work is done for you in terms of like dimension and form and all that stuff. So yeah, it's if you're not drawing, then it goes away. So I would say if the plan is to just be a creature modeler, then you want to get really good at sculpting. Sculpting.
Yeah, I think I'm not entirely sure the context of the question, but that sounds like do you want to be a concept artist or creature modeler and character modeler? That's a whole different thing. That's production. So, like that kind of stuff is always a bonus. But if you are not in design, I wouldn't I don't know. I can't tell someone to not care about drawing. You know what I mean? At the same time, in production, it's one of those things that if you're not designing and you're just recreating pants and patches and like interpreting designs and doing all this stuff, like you need to understand what the language is in the first place. So I mean, it's not going to make or break your job if you're in production, but for some studios and some people, like they prefer it. They prefer the 2D. You know what I mean? They want to see it and they want to know that you have that skill. So I mean, you cannot ever say like don't know how to draw, but I mean, it is very unforgiving and it is very hard and it is very awesome at the same time. Being able to communicate.
There are some really great artists. Now, if you're a concept, you're going to concept. Obviously, painting and drawing in 3D, all of those tools are really good for you to know because you don't know what a client is going to ask for. I had a client very recently. They wanted to just, some clients want to jump into 3D right away. They need the photoreal look. They need to be able to see it from multiple angles. And this might be for digital makeup designs or other things like that. I had a client very recently. They wanted to start off with sketches. So we started off with sketches and thumbnails and then worked our way into 3D from there. And they were very happy with the process that way, and I think if the director had his way, he would have wanted to go a little bit longer in the sketch phase. Because sketching is so much fun. It's so easy. It can communicate so much very quickly. Whereas 3D takes that time to communicate. But once you get fast in 3D, then it's all gravy. It's all delicious.
It's all gravy, baby.
It's all delicious gravy. We all love the gravy. Yeah. So I think I'm ready to start putting it. Like I like his like weird long, like got like an oblong face.
That is awesome, dude. I love it.
I was thinking, and I want to know what you think, Matt. But I was thinking, oh, see there now it looks just like the emoji. Oh my God, we did it!
It does, bro.
Everybody, go to your phone and look up the moon emoji. We did it.
That is so good. People gotta know what we're talking about. How do we show them the?
I don't know. We
can't.
can't.
The fucking emoji?
Like I can type in here. Let me see if I can find moon emoji. There it is. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, it's I think it's
there it is.
Dude. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a creepy
I think
moon.
it's this dude. And I was sending this to Matt and I'm like, Jesus, this is creeping the hell out of me. Let's do this.
Yeah.
So we started with Creepy Moon Boy.
Yeah, he was like, what is that? I'm like, bro, that's a moon.
That's a moon. I didn't know what it was. I just thought like Mask of Majora. Yeah. The Majora's Mask moon. He's also got the like bug-eyed. He's also got the bug-eyed crazy. Majora's Mask moon. Yeah, like okay. So for him, he's got like the yellow eyes and the very like large cavernous, but he's got the teeth and the nose. Yeah, that's terrifying.
Well, that's tight. Yeah,
that thing's just barreling down on you.
Yeah,
there's something terrifying about the moon. I guess
this is really scary. You've done a great job.
Thanks, buddy.
I'm going like more infant playing with a.
Oh, I like that.
I'm gonna go like I haven't figured it out yet what he's gonna do. I don't know what it's gonna look like. He's gonna be like worshiping or playing or wanting to have fun with this planet. You know what I mean? And it's the Earth.
That's the Earth.
He's all about it. He loves the Earth.
That's the whole Earth. That's just the whole Earth right there. What do you think? There's debate, like there's several ways that I could go. And I think you know what, we'll go with my original instinct.
I just feel like he's got to be made of cheese at some point, right? You know, he's got to be made of cheese at some point because there was that whole like.
Imagine looking at the moon and being like, "I want to eat that."
That Swiss cheese moon boy. You know what I mean?
People really thought the moon was made of cheese.
Yeah, wasn't that like the whole.
It was a whole
joke
thing.
back in I remember my dad saying shit like that.
We've traumatized people on our stream, which was the goal of the stream. We did it, Matt.
Yeah, we are nailing it, bro.
We are nailing
I've been traumatized by this shit.
Oh man, we're only on day one and we're causing therapy bills. So I'm gonna grab I was thinking of grabbing a baby, like a little Daz baby or something.
Yeah, dude. Oh, you got Daz on your machine, Mace?
No, not anymore. I mean, or like I was gonna do a skinny man, like a weird old little skinny man boy.
Oh, dude, Skinny Moon is creepy because
Skinny
you know
Moon
that
would be
dude's
cool.
like blanking around and looking those windows. Damn it, that's scary.
Maybe we'll add skinny man. Hi, Simon. I'm excited.
I'm going fat baby, creepy moon, overweight. I'm basically just trying to sketch what I looked like as a child, which I imagine is just like this.
You look like a moon boy, like a creepy moon boy.
This is exactly what I looked like.
We're a live look at your childhood.
I had little Gumbies for arms and everything. It was terrible.
Why was Gumby so terrifying?
Gumby is just
Gumby creeped me out.
Like maybe it was the frame rate that they animated him at, but it was it was a scary thing to be a part of.
Why was Gumby so terrifying? I don't know. It was just weird.
Like, what kind of hands does he even have? He's got floating little.
Matt, you gotta look at this.
Oh Lord!
I'm done. It's done. And he's just like, he just peers at you in your window.
That's really terrible. I hate that. I hate it and I love it at the exact same time.
I think I'm gonna open up Keyshot. I want to put him in.
Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, I'm gonna put him in. Maybe his hands are up, like he's like peering into a window. Ship it. Let's see. There we go. I love that he would just like float across the ground like this.
That is so good, bro. I hate it so much. It's so good. Oh,
we did it, everybody. We did it.
I love it, bro.
In under the wire. Let me see.
Absolutely love it.
What I'm gonna do for you? Just because I have to see. There's part of me that's telling me I have to know what it looks like. But also part of my process is I like to get things in Keyshot as soon as possible, because you want to know what your forms are going to read. And here we go. Let's see.
Yeah, you got to get that physical camera, man. Remember that being a big deal at ASC. It was like
that was a big deal. Yeah, once you can look at it with a camera and lights, that's going to tell you everything about how your sculpt is working. There we go. See what we're going to do. We're going to do that like underlighting, like this.
Yeah,
Underlighting is a staple of horror.
You got a fast computer, bro.
I do. I'll share with y'all where I got mine.
That is incredible. That is incredible. I like it.
So I got a custom rig from these guys, Digital Storm. They built my my rig, and my rig is so cool. It like you can come over here. There you go. You can see who's in there. Who's in there for the party? But it glows and it does little glowy things. I have a little light and it goes like this.
Look at it glow.
Look at that cool. It's rainbow Mechagodzilla. Yeah. Show me your moon boy. Show me your moon. Yeah, look at that moon boy.
I'm going full infant on Creepy Moon Boy. That's what we're doing.
I like Creepy Moon Boy. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, dude. That's gonna be a good time.
Imagine
right there.
he just like you see this little moon shape out of your window.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
And then it just like slowly like it comes closer and closer. Every time you look away, it's like a little bit closer. Then you look away again, and it's like, and then it's like right up on you.
What you doing, big guy?
Hi.
And then he starts asking you, "Who's the big boy? Who's the big boy?
You a good boy?
I think I'm the big boy, but you're kind of
the big boy,
Mr. Moon. And let's just make it a little dumpy in his pants. I'm gonna go Jared K on it and make it just a little dumpy in his pants.
You got a little dumpy? A little dumpy doo-doo?
What? Please turn on quick 3D edit mode. How did that happen? Where's that at, Jared? You know that. Where is that?
You gotta hit T.
Hit T?
T. That takes you into edit mode. Does that do it?
What am I supposed to press?
T? Like T as in taco?
No, I pressed T and then it said that. It says the active mesh is in 3D. Here, fuck this. How do I just back up a little bit? Okay, never mind.
Did it work? See, it worked. Yeah, and that's what I'd like everybody to do watching today. If you guys could just send the moon emoji to somebody you love, and just let them know that the creepy moon boy is there for you. And I think like creepy moon boy like wants to tuck you in at night. I love it. I love it. Good God.
I do not understand. It's saying I have done a thing. This is where you're living.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Well, I duplicated it.
Did you make it a polymesh 3D?
How do you?
I'm telling you, that works for everything.
Can't be edited
well.
Off. I accidentally hit a couple of buttons all at the same time. What is this?
There's a creepy moon boy in all of us.
Huh.
What?
But I can still do.
What do you do? It does have a very Tim Burton-y look.
I'm sorry, what?
Comment that it's got a little Tim Burton look, and I think it's like yours has a Tim Burton kind of feel. I mean, mine does too. Burton has a very specific style, and it's hard to match. You figure it out. Did you merge visible? Try merging visible.
Okay, I have done a thing to where I can't do anything.
That's a good place to be.
So what we're going to do, somebody knows how to fix it. But we're going to bust that creepy moon boy back open and see what he's doing. See, you see, now you're in creepy moon man. You're in moon man.
He's not a boy, is he?
I'm in moon infant territory.
What is like?
We're both the different ends of the spectrum.
Of the boy spectrum.
Boy spectrum.
That is not.
That is something to think about.
Mm-mm.
Dude, I have got to figure my.
When you're 13, you're a man.
You sound like a robot to me.
Me?
Yeah, you just sound like a full.
I sound like a robot. I think your computer is exploding. I've never actually seen the It Crowd. I mean, I have, but it's very British.
I'm going to record a video of this, and I'm going to show you. And I'm going to. What am I going to do? I'm going to call the president. I'm going to tell him that pizza should be free. And I'm going to tell him that I can't hear my friend Jared Krichevsky on the fucking stream. But we're back to Creepy Moon Boy. He loves it.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are you still there?
No, I can see and hear you, but I think it's just my computer. You sound like a handful of garbage going through like the trash compactor or something.
Okay, but that's what I usually sound like.
No, I mean, it sounds like you're a full-blown robot.
Wow, that's super cool.
Like, it's like if you were born with Robinson's disease. Or
Robinson's disease.
You know what I mean.
Terrible affliction. Terrible affliction. Turns you into a robot.
It's awful. Arnold had it for a couple of years.
Palmer?
Schwarzenegger. Yeah, he was born with Robinson's for a while.
Yeah, he had to cut his arm off.
It was the 800th version, and then eventually the 1000th version of the T mutation of Robinson's. Yeah.
Robinson's.
So there it is. There's the world. We're gonna make this the world.
And we gotta arch his back a little bit.
We're just gonna do some bullshit here. It's the world. Look at it. It's beautiful. I mean, it's accurate. So accurate. Look at that. So accurate. There's that accurate world. Now, what does he do with it? He likes it. I mean, that's the big deal.
Well, I mean, he's obsessed with it. He plays with it.
Yeah, you can tell that he loves it. So
he loves the world.
Yeah, where are we at here? 15 minutes? I'll bust it open and see what we're doing. Yeah, I got a creepy moon baby, and you have a scary moon man.
He's got scary moon man.
And honestly, love it. It's feeling good.
All about the moon man.
Let's put this guy over here. What's he going to look like?
Oh, yeah, look at him. Look at his little belly. He got a little belly, doesn't he?
Gonna have to make that a mesh.
Ah. I'm a little moon man. Can I tuck you
I'm a
in?
little baby moon man, moon
I'm a
man.
little bit of
I'm a
yeah,
little baby
Slender
moon man.
Moon. Ha! Burp.
Slender Moon. That's a good
Slender
one.
Moon.
Slender Moon is good. I like it.
You got blocking that little rib cage. This sculpt that I'm working with, this body base, this was a scan. It was like a torso scan of Javier Botet that I took and continued to sculpt on and work on top. You guys know Javier Botet. He's a great actor and he's a suit actor too. He actually played the Crooked Man, and he was the basis for that inspiration.
Jabba the Moon.
D Moon Gorgon.
Love it.
D Moon Gorgon.
All right. Did it come over? Oh, look at him go. Look at his fat little ass. Oh,
You
wait,
got a little booty. He's a
Is it
squishy
working?
booty.
There we go. What's the deal?
We're gonna grab.
Hit him with that moonless golf. We don't need to see it.
Have a good window.
I just want to know what's going on.
What's going on with the Moon Man?
Okay, what's it? It's a block in. We're looking
It's a
at
blog.
it.
We're just getting going.
I'm thinking maybe he is so big and he's just a baby that we got to get some sort of crazy,
Here we go.
like a focal length on it. Well, we don't know yet. But what we're gonna do, actually, let's put it back at a 25. Now we're gonna look at all of it. Because what we are, is this about an hour? We've been sculpting for an hour on this.
Is that about it?
Yeah, we were yapping our union or skirting. Hold on one second.
We're spamming.
I have to call the government. It's important. Listen, everyone, they're here.
The government is here.
The Pepper Man is here. Okay.
The Pepper Man.
She lies and says she loves him. Can't find the Pepper Man.
Can't find a creepy moon boy. Okay, let's create them poly groups. And then I'm going to do here. Increase PG. Not good. Now, when I send this over, oh, had it paused. Yeah. Creepy moon boy. Here we go. I'm a creepy moon boy.
Little baby on a lily.
Baby, creepy moon boy. And so then when you look through the window, this is what you see.
Oh, dude, yeah, that is really creepy. Oh, he's coming through the window, bro. That's so funny. I was like, bro, if like creepy moon boy is like the dude that's looking through your window, that's too creepy. Like I don't want him seeing me while I'm naked. Look at him, dude. He wants it. He fucking wants it, bro. That dude is creepy. All right. Yeah.
All right. It's Fish Island.
Creepy.
Let's put a fish. We'll put a fish eye on it.
Got it.
There you go.
We like it.
There it is. Perfect. Honey, can you close the drapes? I think there's a creepy moon boy out there. Honey? Honey? No! No! Creepy moon boy just wants to tuck you in. That's all. Pop a plane in there. Yeah. What you got going? Yeah, the moon's totally a creep. I mean, he's a peeper. If you think about it. Just looking at it. Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're getting there. I mean, he's a creepy dude.
He's a creeper, man.
I mean, for what we yapped for. What time is it? I mean, it's time.
It's time. Yeah. But you know, for a little bit. I mean, we did some yapping today. Next time we'll be jumping in on the tambourine.
But also we could be yum yapping in the Tim Tommies. We can do anything we want. It's a big deal. Dude, I might even just be like, if I want to bring in my ninjas, I might just do some ninjas on one.
You can do some ninjas. You can do you know, we can. It's after 10. We can say whatever the hell we want.
I'm not going to say the next line.
No, don't do it.
I don't want anyone to have the worst day on their jobs.
Don't want anyone to have the worst day on their jobs. I like the guy who's like, man, we've had enough of you. You're gone. Like he is, you know, that dude's just been simmering the whole time. By the way, we're huge fans of I Think You Should Leave, which is a show on Netflix. So you're going to hear us refer to this show a lot. And it might be good for you to like watch all of it. Might want to watch it.
Want to jump on that.
Might want to jump on that because we quote everything. Question here. Do you guys read horror like Stephen King? I read a lot of Stephen King growing up. My sister in particular was a huge Stephen King fan, and you know, they always tried to discourage me from reading it because, you know, they read Cujo and Cujo was very scary. So of course, you know, I wanted to know what it was. But yeah, man, Stephen King, I mean, he's a legend. It is a very long book, but it's very good. I think my favorite Stephen King, there's some of his other ones which are really good. The Long Walk is really good. God, what was it? I used to work in a bookstore. Dream. I mean, I love the book Dreamcatcher.
Dude, I just read that they're bringing my favorite, one of my favorite Stephen King short stories to film, and it's The Boogeyman.
The Boogeyman.
I can't remember who's doing it, bro, but I think it's someone like big. Someone's doing the little boogeyman with, like, you know, the baby in the cradle, and it's dude. The in the book, it's a short story. It's very creepy. That's awful. I hate that, Jared. That's so scary. It is so good, bro. He is in your house. I was thinking like cosmic creepy moon boy, but you've got I'm in your house, creepy moon man. Let's go. That is whew. Stay away from my home, please.
When I say there's a lot wrong with me, there's a lot wrong with me.
That is amazing, dude. I love that.
He's everything I wanted him to be. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll pick this up next time, or maybe I'll finish it on the weekend. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I like the style. That's really cool. Really cool, dude.
He's just
They're already in there.
said, "Let me in."
Well, I have to go to sleep. Is it time to call it?
That's right. Oh man, Junji, that would be.
Dude, people are already asking about Buffy T. It's too late.
Is it time? Oh
no, you
man.
don't show him. He's gotta come back for it. He's gotta get that. No, everybody's hitting you with the post.
I know, guys, come on. We gotta save it for next time, right?
Yeah. You gotta tune in next Wednesday. He'll show you.
Yeah, you'll see Buffy T, and then he never shows. But I guarantee you guys, he's real. Matt's seen him.
No, Buffy T lives. Buffy T is real.
Yeah, he's real.
It's a real thing.
Well, guys, look, you all need to go to bed. It's late for you, and you got to dream about creepy Moon Boy. hey, all of you, you guys, thank you for dropping by tonight. This has been episode 1, and I don't know about you, but I had a blast. I love all of you. Join us next time, and we're gonna keep going either on Creepy Moon Boy or whatever we want to do. We can say whatever the hell we want.
Yes, dude. Thank you, everyone, so much for showing up.
Yeah, guys,
watching us being nerds together and being silly, man. It's such a
this is what it was like in the studio. Really, just being doofy and making crazy ass shit. This is what we did.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Hey,
next Tuesday, right?
We'll see you next Tuesday for more Creature Corner. Thank you guys for dropping by. We love you. Be safe. And don't let the creepy Moon Boy peep in your window.